Let's take a look at Edwin Bok's poem from the point of view of the poetic voice. We've seen how the poem progresses through more and more complex ways of killing and seems to end up saying that modern society has developed a much simpler way, which is to kill the spirit rather than the body, but that really only works if we assume that the poet is being ironic. How can we confirm that the poem was written with an ironic intent? We need to take a closer look at the poet's voice. In that first stanza, for example, there's one word that stands out for me as indicating that the poem has an ironic intent, and that word is properly. To do this properly. The idea that it could ever be proper to nail a human being to a piece of wood and leave him to die is clearly shocking. The mismatch that we've got here between the word proper and the act of crucifixion is a hint that the author's being ironic. Let's also look at the list of things that we've got here. It seems ironic that many of the items on that list don't really seem to be strictly necessary. People wearing sandals and cocks that crow are part of the story of the crucifixion of Christ in the Bible, but they aren't really essential. We could do the job without it. Later on in the poem, in the fourth stanza, again, I find strong hints of irony, even clearer hints, the word in particular, psychopath. You need a psychopath in order to do this. Obviously, the poet must be being ironic here. The use of the word psychopath is an even clearer sign than the use of the word proper that the poet is being ironic. We suppose that the psychopath is needed to press the button that's going to activate the bombs, and the poet's clearly stating that only a person who is mad and dangerous would actually do such a thing. So the irony is pretty much inescapable. We can't imagine that this is anything other than ironic. We've also got the expression, all you then require, which kind of corresponds with to do this properly in the first stanza. It introduces the list, and this expression in this case is followed by an almost impossible list of things. Saying all you then require implies that you don't need much, but you need governments and so on. You need more and more complex things as the poem progresses, so that getting a bit of wood and a crowd of people to crucify someone is easier than getting a castle for jousting, which in turn is easier than getting masses of mud and blowing gas at people. So the nuclear option is the most cumbersome of all. You need aeroplanes, systems of government, sophisticated technology, and so on. So saying all you need is really a pretty clear sign that the poem is ironic. So to wind up then, it's pretty much impossible to suppose that the writer intends expressions like to do this properly or all you then require is a psychopath to be taken seriously. There's only one way to understand the poet's voice here, and that is that the poet is being ironic.